Try telling a young person you sound like a broken record and see what kind of response you get. Of course, those of us who grew up around records know exactly what that locution means, right? It means to repeat yourself over and over again, just as a record with scratch would keep stopping on the same phrase and one would hear it repeatedly. So the same might be constructively utilized in explaining this week's portion, where it says that the Jewish people are kshei oref, they're stiff-necked. Well, what does this mean, stiff-necked? What's the origin? How do we understand it? Basically, you have to understand a little bit about agriculture in antiquity. A plowman would stand on his plow, and he would have two oxen yoked together. But he could hold the reins with one hand, and then the other hand was free. And in that other hand was sort of a goad, a stick with a little point at the end of it. And he would strike the ox in two places. He could strike it in the legs if it was moving too slowly or moving slowly relative to the other ox in the yoke. Or he could hit it on the neck. And that was to make sure that it went straight, that it plowed in a line and didn't deviate. Or sometimes he needed to turn around and do the same thing. It hit it in the neck until it was facing the direction that it needed to go. And if an ox was particularly stubborn, this goading, this hitting with a stick didn't work. And the ox just kept going in the wrong direction. So what it really means when the Israelites are accused of being stiff-necked, it means even when God's trying to goad them in the right direction, sometimes they're not listening, they're not paying attention, and they keep heading off toward places that they have no business going. So hopefully, the portion tells us we'll return, and eventually, despite our stubbornness, we'll find our way back into the correct path to follow God, just as an ox will eventually find its way into the correct path to plow a field. I want to wish everybody in advance an easy fast. This is Rabbi Scott Hoffman, and this is the Torah Minute.